Welcome to Family Gamer TV. Here we are, we've got Rise of the Empire gameplay from Disney Infinity 3.0. I've got Tom Williams here, development director for Studio Gobo. He's going to be taking us through some highlights of the game. We're going to see some Hoth, we're going to see some trench run action, and also some of the figures. So Tom, where should we start?
So here we go, this is Battle of Yavin, or the trench run as everyone knows.
Yeah. It's hugely iconic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's massive. We were saying to the guys earlier, you know, we came at it thinking, well, this is Infinity, saying to our art crew, don't worry, you probably don't need to do anything too epic or large scale, but if you give an artist like one chance in their life to do a Death Star trench run, they're going to hit it with everything that they can. So it's quite a lot of fun. So one thing I should point out at the moment, one of the last things that goes into the games are the audio lines. So those are currently being recorded, but you have all the classic lines from the film which are kind of punctuating this and creating the atmosphere.
Stay on target.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Use the Force and all of that kind of thing. So this is actually our first major spline section, so what we're doing is tutorializing a bunch of the mechanics. So this is, you're acting as a wingman for the X-Wing in front of you, and you're kind of protecting them. Shows some of our lineage with Split Second, doing these big interactive set pieces.
The environment crumbling around you, so you race through.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of fun. Makes it really dynamic. And now you've got evasion, which Tony is particularly bad at, I've noticed today. You get rated on every section, and he's generally coming out badly on these.
So you can play this in two-player. Could you do this section?
Absolutely. And one of the best things about this is you're two players on one screen. So we just pull the camera out dynamically, and we'll frame both players. So you're fighting alongside each other. We don't split the screen at this point.
Yeah, it's a nice idea.
Yeah, it works really well, actually. Like I say, we really want to promote parents playing with their kids or siblings playing together. So I'm trying to up the two-player elements this time. It's the classic hero's journey, which is told around Luke, but I think we've done a pretty good job of generalising it a bit more about the rebel struggle. So the rise against the Empire is the theme of it, and it makes more sense when you're swapping those characters out. And of course, I mean, you know, Infinity does fun spins on each of the characters anyway. We get to be a bit more playful maybe than having to literally interpret the characters as they are exactly in the film. So if you see what Ninja Theory have done with the combat, they've got some really funny special moves. And you can swap the costumes as well, which is great. I just find myself doing it anyway, but if I'm going to play as Luke and he's getting in an X-Wing, then I'll swap him over to his X-Wing pilot costume, which is great.
That's just like a power disc you put underneath and it switches a costume?
Exactly, yeah. And Leia has the Bounty Hunter infiltration costume for Jabba's palace as well. So.
How about Han and the others?
I think those are the only two costume swaps for us, actually. Yeah, it's about toys, and that was how we began interacting with Star Wars. So let's get back to that spirit that we had in the first game, and we'll try and build a toy playset. So here's Tatooine, and it's kind of your entry level, and it's really showing a hub world. We've got 3 planets, and they're all based like this, and it's introducing the variety of gameplay we have. So you have the classic mounts, so the sort of fun creatures from the world, like the Bantha. Tony's now going to take the Bantha up on show some of the platforming metrics. Good luck with that. Okay, and as you can see, Mos Eisley, you can terrain all up around it. And then you have a bunch of characters that you can talk to and interact with. He'll give you various missions which will introduce you to the mechanics of the game. So I think the first one's a land speeder, as you might expect. And we just have a fun little racing challenge that takes you out of town and shows you a little bit of the landscape. Mos Eisley is obviously in the desert. We have Jabba's palace, sandcrawlers heading around, and I think we're going to head out to Beggar's Canyon in this particular race. It's a 2-player vehicle. It also has mounts for droids, so you can pick up the droids and take them from A to B. One of the things that we find is that split screen co-op is probably the primary way in which our playsets are played by kids at home. And also this time around we're really wanting to promote parents playing with their kids as well. it seems like the material is right for maybe dads being the ones who want to buy this playset and then sit down with their kids and show them some of the cool things that they remember from the movies.
It's a nice excuse to buy it as well.
When we first started working on Infinity, one of the first rules that was taught us is everything is a toy. And we used to have these cool buildings in Infinity 1, kind of went away in Infinity 2, and we wanted to bring that back a bit, have a bit of a level of customization so that you can build your own little elements and corners of Mos Eisley. So we have a bunch of different buildings, and there'll be other options that you can buy. I think this time we're going to show the hangar though. And the nice thing about these buildings is that you can bring them into any level and they'll unlock the same sort of toys. So once you've bought them, you can play with them again. And it allows you to mix up the levels a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is one of the fun things you actually get working with Lucas. You're like, what would be a good construction vehicle to animate for this sequence? And they'll give you the exact canon that you need to do. Okay, so here's one of our toy buildings. We actually developed these in consultation with proper toy designers. One of our producers, his brother, is a toy designer for Hasbro and Lego, and they came in and visited the studio and kind of gave us some tutorials on the way to approach these buildings. So I think they feel much more like an actual sort of toy playset that you might buy. And obviously it's reminiscent for us of some of the Kenner toys. There'll be a bunch of customizations as well. At the moment he's just cycling through the two that are available at the beginning of the game. Okay. So yep, it's stuff full of interactions. Little hatches to throw things in, lifts. And then the button that brings the Skyhopper. So this is where we're introducing some of the flight mechanics that we've worked on in the game. These you'll have vehicles that you can fly around all of the planets, but then or you can take them out into space. So you've got the X-Wing and Millennium Falcon, and you'll be able to explore space as well. Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
It's amazing, be able to fly around.
Yeah, well, it gives you very different options for exploring this little world. You know, you can take it from the air, you can traverse up all of these towers, or as we saw, you can take the land speeder or Bantha out and just give them a run around the desert. And there's even the Sandcrawler, which is making its way around, which you can kind of take over and open up and play with as a toy as well. So we're going to end with Hoth. Hoth actually comes in two parts. We're just going to show the climax at the moment, which is the AT-AT classic Battle of Yavin. I don't know about you guys, but when we were growing up, our favourite toy was actually the AT-AT. It was kind of the one that the rich kids had, so you'd have to go around their house to play with it.
Yeah,
but
it had articulated guns, didn't it?
Yeah, it had all of that and the compartment that you could open up. So that was really our inspiration for this. I mean, obviously the AT-AT's been done really well in a lot of games before, but what we felt is that you never really had that sense of ownership where you could take it as a toy. So basically we tried to give you as many possibilities to take these things down. So we start you off on foot, which is kind of like the classic bit with Luke in the film. And this is kind of inspired a little bit like by one of our favourite games, Shadow of the Colossus. Right? We thought it'd be
good
really
game.
Cool. Yeah, great game, but it'd be really cool to climb these things, right? You know, you see them, you just think that looks great. Okay, so Tony's going to speedrun this. I'm worried it's spoilers for everyone who's going to play it, Tony, but he's going to show you the quickest way to get to the top. Okay, so what he's doing there is exposing the mechanics underneath the armour, which are going to give you your path to the top. And in this case, it's the battery compartment, which is your weak spot, because it's a toy, of course. Right?
Nice, I like that.
Yeah. Oh. So now he's noticed you, you've got his attention, and things are going to get pretty hectic from here on in. And soon he'll start spawning snow troopers as well, to make your life even harder. So Tony's grabbed an exploding battery now, which...
Always handy.
Yeah. Oh. So okay, now we have tow cables. And
Nice.
it demonstrates some of the physical nature of this. That it's actually wrapping around the ice spike there. Come on. Oh. So there he is. He's fallen over the ice. It's shattered, and we've taken down the first walker.
Can we swap in a different character while he's running?
Why not? Which one do you want?
Han?
Han? Yeah. Oh, there you go. You'll briefly get Han, and now he's gone. Right, come on then, Tony. No pressure.
He's got to jump out right on top, is he?
Yeah, exactly. So he's trying to get in and eject at just the right time to land on top. Come on. Oh. The famous.
There goes
Yeah. And now, this is one of our favourite things in the whole game. Because we want it to be a toy, we give you a remote control. And you now get the chance to control the AT-AT.
That's cool. So that's sort of big track.
Exactly like Big Track. In fact, they still make Big Tracks. I don't know if you know that. We ended up getting a couple in the office, which we had to put away because they make such an annoying noise. So.
Nice.
Oh dear, he's lost the leg. And now he's in real trouble. So you might see a bit of AT-AT sumo wrestling coming up.
Is it going? Is he going to push it over?
Yeah.
It's going! It's going!
Come on, Tony.
Yes. Nice.
You got him. Oh.
Oh no,
He's having trouble. He's having trouble. Oh. So we're hoping that is a definite first for Star Wars game. And it's just taking it back to some of the sort of fun and playfulness that you can get through making these things toys.